City Beat, your source for all the latest news on the city of Thompson. Only on 102.9 CHTM, your radio station.
Good morning, and thank you for tuning in to this edition of City Beat. I'm CJ Carter, and joining me in studio today is Mayor Dennis Fenske. Thank you for joining me today, sir.
Good morning.
Now, if you have a question you'd like to ask the mayor, you can give us a call on the on-air line, 677-8181. So to kick things off, what's been happening around the city?
We're sticking with the weather safety updates in that we got a little skiff of snow last night. So again, it's covered up the ice that's on the ground for walkways and for driving. So where there has been standing water or frozen water, it's now covered with snow and you can't see it. So just be cautious when you're walking and driving. Give yourself safe distance. Most of the roads are dry, but at some of the corners there may be some slippery spots. So just be aware of that.
For sure. Now, the provincial election's coming up here fast. We've had Thompson MLA candidates. They've been given the floor at the Chamber of Commerce meetings. We had PC candidate Kelly Bindle was there on the 30th of March. NDP Steve Ashton was there yesterday, and the Liberal candidate Inez Vistral-Spence will be there next Wednesday. So can you talk a little bit about why it's important for Thompsonites to make sure they go out and vote on the 19th?
Well, I think everybody needs a voice, and your voice at the ballot box is your vote. And so I encourage everyone to get out and vote. It's a right and a responsibility that we have that many in other parts of the world don't have and have fought and died for. And so it's really important that we take advantage of our democratic right to voice our opinions on whatever party you choose and make sure you exercise your vote.
Absolutely. Now, a quick reminder to those listening, if you have a question you'd like to ask Mayor Fenske, you can give us a call right now. 677-8181 is our on-air line. City Council meeting coming up this Monday. It's which, as always, is open to the public. Do you happen to know quite yet what's on the agenda? The
agenda's in the works, but one of the things that is on the agenda is the levy bylaw for the 2016 budget. So that's the first reading. So the process is we'll provide it with first reading. Then there's a public hearing on the 21st of April, open to the public. It'll be at City Hall at 7 o'clock. We'll do a presentation, and then shortly thereafter, we'll bring it back to Council for second and third reading, and the deadline for submission to the province of Manitoba is May 15th, so we'll be well within that.
Okay. Now, one thing that I've noticed at some city council meetings since I've been here is crowd attendance. You know, there are more than a few Thompsonites who will attend the meetings on a regular basis, depending on what the topics are, of course. So I wanted to get your thoughts on what having the public at these meetings does. Absolutely.
I mean, that's why we have the open door policy in regards to question period. The previous council actually added an additional question period inquiries at the front end of the meeting. So if people want to ask their question and don't want to stick around for the meeting, that's fine. And then there's followed by the question period at the conclusion meeting. So, but it's really important that the general public, if you've got a concern and you want to come down to council on every second Monday at 7 o'clock, you're more than welcome. And we'll entertain all questions. If we can answer the question asked at the time, we will. If we can't, we'll get back to you with the information that's been asked. So encourage all the general public to come out. And like I say, it's every second Monday at 7 o'clock. And more than welcome to hear the questions.
Great. Now, garbage pickups in the city, they were delayed last week for seemingly the next little while. We reported earlier this week that it was due to mechanical issues with their primary refuse truck. Is there any update as to when the pickup schedule will be running back at normal pace?
We unfortunately, because of the geography and where we live, getting parts is a little bit difficult. And so our main refuse truck has failed. A part has failed, so we have to bring that in. We do have the backup vehicle that we're using right now. So basically, we're working double shifts to ensure that garbage is picked up on the day that your area is noted for. And we anticipate this going on for the next couple of weeks while we wait for the parts. But just tune in to Thompson.ca. We'll have updates on a daily basis as to the progress of the repair for the garbage truck.
Okay, great. Now, this coming Tuesday, April 12th, is the Volunteer Recognition Awards ceremony at the TRCC. Would you just talk a bit about the importance of volunteers in a community like Thompson?
Well, Thompson is noted for its volunteerism, and we really want to take time out of our busy schedules just to say thank you. We'll award the Volunteer of the Year and serve some recognition for that individual, but that at the same time, we want to recognize all volunteers in our community. It's the backbone of all our activities, whether it be at the TRCC CWC or at the local churches or wherever, whatever group that you're volunteering in. Just encourage people of all ages, young children, adults, youth, whoever, to where you can give back to your community through volunteerism. It's a very important character builder, and it helps build the fabric of our community.
Absolutely. Now, we're talking about the weather at the start here. The skiff of snow we got yesterday and a little bit this morning aside, we have more and more snow melting by the day because of warmer weather happening earlier in the year. So was this going to have any sort of effect on this year's spring cleanup dates?
It shouldn't have much of an effect. We normally start May 1st and run it for the month of May, so we're still on target for that. We may get a little earlier start if the snow melts away in the next week or so. So hopefully that will happen. But just on the weather conditions and ice conditions as well, just want to remind people that the lakes have still got a certain amount of ice on it, but the rivers, anywhere where there's moving water, that's opening up a little quicker every day because of the heat and the sun. So just be cautious when people are ATVing or snowmobiling or ice fishing or whatever activity takes you out on the ice. Just be cautious of your surroundings and where you are.
Absolutely. Back with the spring cleanup, do you have any other details about it so far?
Well, basically, we normally run a cash for like a per bag basis. We'll continue to run that. We hire our two cleanup people to work throughout the summer, so they'll start on time as well. And then we'll just have the challenges to the community to assist everybody in cleaning up your specific area. And you've got cash for trash to bring it into Public Works, and it's a good fundraiser for groups as well.
Okay. Now, is there anything else that you wanted to mention before we wrap up?
This weekend is the gala for the Boreal Discovery Center. It's at, I believe, 6 o'clock at the Legion, the Thompson Legion. So if you haven't got your tickets yet, please contact one of the board members of the Boreal Discovery Center. Looking forward to that. And again, emphasize, as we talked before, the election is upcoming. Make sure you get informed, ask your candidates questions, but at the end of the day, make sure you get out and vote.
Excellent. Well, that does it for this edition of City Beat. Make sure to join us every Thursday at 11:30 to find out what's happening around the city and City Hall. For 102.9 CHTM, I'm CJ Carter.
City Beat will be back next Thursday morning at 11:30 with more.